Guess who's back? This time, our topic is different from a prediction. I know, right? Anyways, we're going to be looking at players and people, just people to look at in each team in the playoffs. I'll decide if I want to do the play-in teams that are still in, obviously. But first, we got the Nuggets, and I think that one is pretty obvious. We are gonna look at where is he? Nikola Jokic. Jokic, he's probably gonna end up finishing third in the MVP race as things are going, as I've seen, or second, and he is interesting because every playoffs it seems like teams exploit him on the defensive end. Okay, look at these pretty good offensive stats. Now, obviously, he needs to shush the narratives, and the bare minimum is get to the conference finals, okay? That is what he has to do, or at least push whoever wins against the Suns or Clippers, at least push them to 7, make it competitive. You can't go out like last year or the year before in like 4 or 5 games again. So that is for the Nuggets. Another one would be look at Michael Porter Jr., but that's okay. This is probably Mike Malone's last year if he can't get it done. Anyways, next we have none of these guys. We're going to look at the Warriors. The Warriors are interesting because basically you see this guy, where my mouse is, Steph Curry. He's the only guy you don't have to watch, okay, because you know he's going to show up. If he doesn't, he's already proven everything. He has a ring, okay? A legitimate ring no one can take away from him. So basically, it's up to all of these guys to prove something. Clay, Draymond, you guys have been talking a lot, okay? Actually, I'll give Wiggins a break. He's dealing with some personal stuff, which isn't that his wife had a kid with his best friend. That was false. I don't know why you guys made that up. Anyways, all of these guys, I'm looking at Jordan Poole, Clay, and Draymond specifically. Everyone has to show up, okay? Curry can't get it done by himself. And now we are going to look at the Clippers. Me personally, I am looking at these two right here, Russell Westbrook and Kawhi, okay? Kawhi, I'm pretty confident he's going to show up, okay? But besides that one Toronto run, we haven't seen anything since. And it took a lot of luck to get there, so I'd like to see that, okay? Especially because, you know, he gets injured every time he looks like he's about to have a good run. We have to start holding him to a standard, okay? And Russell Westbrook, this is... We keep saying this is his last chance, but I feel like this is the year where genuinely this is his last chance. Unless he re-signs next year, then, you know, that's probably his last chance. But he's been doing good with the Clippers. I'd like to see how his series against KD's Suns go out. But I think in a minimal role, he'll be pretty good. As long as the Clippers know how to, like, hide him on offense. Anyways, next we got the Los Angeles Lakers. Despite many people thinking they wouldn't make the playoffs, here they are, 7th seed. So I'm looking at 2 guys here, okay? I'm looking at D'Angelo Russell and not LeBron. He's proven enough, okay? And not Austin Reeves. This is his first playoffs. Where is he? Anthony Davis. There he is. These 2 right here. I say AD because he, throughout the playoffs, he always has that like 1 or 2 games where he just disappears. He does not try at all. It just looks like he does not like the game of basketball. And D'Angelo, he had a bad playoff run last year. And this play-in game, he looked pretty rough. Almost cost them the game. Anyways, I think he'll bounce back. And AD, I just need consistency from him, okay? That is all I need, okay? Oh, yeah, also he needs to stay healthy, but that's besides the point. Anyways, the Suns, what did that say? 10th? NBA app is weird, but that's a different video. Anyways, I would say Kevin Durant, but like, he's Kevin Durant, come on. And this is his first year like getting acclimated to the system, so not too much pressure on him, honestly. But this guy right here, Devin Booker, I am looking at him a lot. Okay, he talks a lot, obviously, and like Luka said, everyone talks when they're up, but when they needed him last year, he did not show up. And in his first playoff run, I'll give him a pass, but he did show up. But like, it's like Anthony Davis, where he shows up, then he's ghost. He shows up, then he's ghost. But this year, this is his third year. He should have the experience by now. We need to see this same Devin Booker, okay? Anyways, I don't have a lot of expectations for the Suns, because their roster is pretty new, mostly just because they added KD. Anyways, the Kings, look at this. This is so old. What the heck? Anyways, the main players, obviously, De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. I believe this would count as their first run in the playoffs, where they are both like centerpieces of the offense. I'm not gonna lie and act like I watched Sabonis in Indiana a whole lot, but I believe in their playoff runs he wasn't like that valuable, unless 2020 he was crazy. But we got De'Aaron Fox. I think he's gonna do good in the playoffs. He's already used to not getting fouls because he plays on the Kings, and they don't call as many fouls, so I think he'll do good. And if I had to pick someone from the bench, I'd say a lot of pressure on Malik Monk and Davion. Because he's going to have to, I think he's going to show up because they're going to let him play a lot in the playoffs, like defense-wise. And Malik Monk, we need that off the bench, you know. And only one more team in the West to talk about, which is the Memphis Grizzlies. We know Ja is good in the playoffs. Okay, that's not a question. Aside from that series in Minnesota, where that team was basically perfectly constructed to stop him, we know he's good. Okay, we know we don't need to worry about Ja. Okay, and who I am looking at is Jaren Jackson Jr. and Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks, because I feel this is his chance to prove that he's needed for the future of this team. Like, he's been talking a lot, but like Draymond said, the dynasty starts after him. They got to get rid of him. I think Dylan Brooks has to prove that he is part of this team. Like, they can't get rid of him. And Jaren Jackson Jr., I beg him, please do not get in foul trouble. Don't get in foul trouble. That is all we ask, okay? Last year, you were like a DPOY candidate. Still are this year. You might actually win it. But in the playoffs, you got in foul trouble way too much, okay? Those are who I'm looking at. They're pretty injured, actually. Anyways, moving to the East, we got the Celtics. I'd say watch Tatum, but he's usually good in the playoffs. He was injured in the finals, that's why he did so poor, but I guess you could watch him if you want. I don't think there's really a player to watch here. Maybe you could argue Jaylen Brown. Have consistency. Him and Tatum, that's what they have to work on, consistency. But I don't think there's anyone particular, especially with the Nets. Like look at this roster. Like, we don't care. They are here. They're just here to have a good time, okay? They are here to have a good time. I would say Ben Simmons, but I think he had surgery and he's out. So they look at these names. They're just here for a good time, okay? Anyways, Mikal Bridges, he'll probably do very good. And let's see. The Knicks. Dang, almost everyone from the Atlantic made it. I didn't realize that. Anyways, I would say look at the obvious answer. Julius Randle. He played terrible in his first playoff series 2 years ago. But he looks really good again this season. So I would look to him. I think this is his chance to prove that, like, the Knicks are good enough with him. Like, but me personally, I don't think I think they need someone a little better than him. But him and Brunson are going to be leading the front. And Emmanuel quickly off the bench should be good. RJ Barrett, is he even playing good this year? 19. Oh dang, he's playing better than I thought. Anyways, yeah, look for RJ Barrett and Julius Randle, I guess. The 76ers. All right. Two people in particular. Okay, we got James Harden and this man right here, Doc Rivers. You need to watch these two, okay? The whole season basically relies on how these two do, okay? They either make the finals or they could flame out in the second round. It all comes down to those two guys, okay? Because we know Embiid's going to show up. Let's see. Cleveland. The Cavs. We know Donovan Mitchell's going to show up. I guess Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, this is going to be their first playoff run, I believe. They played in the play-in last year, but that doesn't really count. Anyways, those two in particular, watch out for them. I'd say the Cavs, Nets, Kings, Thunder if they make it, or either of these two if they make it. Those are the teams that are there just to have fun right now. Okay, like they're young, okay, so they don't really have to try too hard yet. But of course we have the Bucks. I would look at Giannis. He has that one ring. I would say once he gets that second ring, then we could stop doubting anything about him. I don't doubt him personally, but I think everyone should stop. But Chris Middleton, not because he's bad in the playoffs, but just because keep an eye on him because he's been playing injured, I believe, and that's why his stats are a little down. You see, so or we could just wait for him to turn into Michael Jordan again. Let's go. Hawks. Hawks are in the playoffs. All right, this is the last team. The Hawks. Look at this duo. These two particularly, because last year Trae Young played awful, but I'm assuming that's because the Heat were allowed to focus in on him, and DeJounte has to take the pressure off Trae. Okay. You can't use this excuse where unless DeJounte is playing just the worst basketball ever. So those are players, I think, and players and a coach, I guess, that we should look out for. I guess I'll just predict the play-in right now. Let's see. Who do we got here? Thunder versus Timberwolves. I will say the Timberwolves will win, but I would not be surprised at all if the Thunder ended up winning that. And I'm going to say the Heat win, but also they looked so bad yesterday. Honestly, with the play-in, the teams we have here, any of them could win. But I will say Timberwolves and Heat, I'll just be safe. I'd feel more confident about the Thunder winning than the Bulls. So, yeah. Take for that what you will. There will be another video out tomorrow after the playing games, okay? That will be my final official prediction. No more jokes, okay? Well, maybe a little bit of jokes, but no more, okay? So look out for that. Subscribe. Hit the bell if you're new. And like the video, please. It'll help a lot. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow.